I pay for AT&T fiber. Yeah. I think I was just using too much bandwidth there. Streaming plus like two different charting applications open, plus like watching Mario stream, being in voice. It was just a lot. There's like a spike, and then I couldn't get reconnect. I'll have to look, but that's my guess. No, I'm still on Wi-Fi. I really don't want to drag a cable through the.
That was like at the old place. Literally ran like 100-foot cable on top of the carpet.
It just feels so
It was
bad.
horrible.
I might try to do a like a power outlet extender and then plug a cable directly into like that wireless extension extender, but uh, just like my connection's good throughout the house. I think it's
Yeah.
literally just like a bandwidth issue.
Especially since it's like a building thing, they might be like trying to like rate limit you.
I mean, it's not the first time I've been rate limited.
Yeah.
Even at my old place, when I had TOS open, I'd get rate limited. Like ISP would actually be like, "No, you're done."
Hello, friends.
Yo, what's up, there?
I figured this is easier than me typing it. What I'd recommend you do rather than running off the Wi-Fi card on your machine is you get a mesh network. You can have a hard line from the mesh network into your computer, and it'll basically use the backhaul of the mesh network to give
Yeah,
priority.
that's basically what I mean. I don't know if that's different, but like I basically be just using an extender and then cabling into that. That's what I was thinking. I don't know if that's different.
It's a little different with the way with the protocols that the mesh networks have. It would basically use the back end of it, so it wouldn't conflict with what your regular Wi-Fi devices are on. So it gives priority basically for the point to point.
Got it.
So just is a little bit easy. I don't want to say easier, but you'll probably get more consistency there. That's how I do it in my place, and I get just under a gig down and then max up, and it doesn't impact my Wi-Fi at all.
Can you link me what you're using for it?
Yeah.
I was looking at the was it the Arrow 6?
I personally have had terrible experience with Arrow.
Okay.
Um, so I'll send you what I currently use, which is technically outdated, but I think it's more than enough for what you probably need. And then I'll send you the quote unquote new version, which is Wi-Fi 7, which is stupid expensive, but
Either yours or the.
yep, same idea. I would probably go with 6E or 7, just for the standard, just for future proofing and stuff like that, as well as for the back end. That's where you're going to get better connectivity. But any of them should work. It's also cool how it runs, how it can do priority. So you can set up sub networks. So if you're doing like smart home stuff, you can set up a network so that's separate from your regular traffic and it'll prioritize your regular traffic.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So that's fun.
All right, appreciate it. Might go for one of the 7B. That's what, 209? That'll probably cover everything. The one pack of the one that you linked, the TP link, try.
Yeah, you're just, if you're going to want to do where you're plugging your computer into it, you're going to need the two so that you put one wherever your fiber comes in and then you put the second. But that's why it might make more sense just to go with the 6E, which
Yeah.
should give you well. I mean, the cool thing is you're talking about basically exceeding what you're getting. I don't think you're getting more than 2.5 gigs.
No.
So it kind of doesn't matter there. And 60, most phones don't even have Wi-Fi 7 built in yet. So 60 covers everything that you have now and will be good for a while. And then eventually you could always upgrade to 7.
All right, yeah, 188 for 2 is bad. I'll get this.
Cool.
Thank you.
Yep.
We need to watch to see if we can get over this seller here, this like 90 to 500, right? We gotta be able to bid above. This is just a retest of this offer that's here. Got a buyer who's attempting down at like 80, 85. So as long as we're maintaining that, we have potential. If we can get this look above and punish, there's a lot of room. Russell finally made it to target here into 1150. We made it to our first target on ES as well into 40 and just start rotating up. But this is where if we were going to get a secondary move down, the Russell needs to show that it wants to continue here. Rejection. We've got room on RTY, like a lot down into. Don't here. Really watching to see if we can get back over 14s, or if this is going to go down to 1. Russell should lead, I think. $50 seconds until new 15s.
Change of hour as well.
See, but this Russell levels. New PVZ opening now. Just highlighting that 110 level again. PVZ is at 1. So same thing. They want to see if we get above or if this will go off or rotation down to 1. The only thing that we have to work with here on short term is we have a seller who is being absorbed passively, just a little one at 160 below on NQ, and we have a buyer who's potentially offsides at 85. So like I'm watching for an offer into 85s and immediately slap down, or buyers really trying to step in at that 60 here in this range for any sort of like higher low or lower, letting us know which way we're headed. Russell's still just leading down, so as long as we don't have there, it's going to be really hard to gain any upside pressure. Everything. Need to see that bid step in. So far, still holding our 42 pivot on ES. Again, like if 42s fail, I'd just expect us to value low at 36. But still maintaining this low. Watching for that line to kind of sell side.
Pure test on Russell here.
It,
Listen, I don't control what's being displayed, Surf, you know?
all I want to see is Olympic. Always. You guys are so good. Like actually insane how talented they are. They're like 30 feet away from the table, still playing.
Yeah.
It's like,
100 miles an hour shots. No big deal.
yeah, it was. It was insane. Into our offer here, this 98 to 508. I'm not looking for anything until now. Russell still sideways. ES still holding our 42. Still lower highs though. Change. Testing our ETH low here on NQ. I feel like we've got like this is of course our first level where we need to be able to breach. You can see like a quick wick into 15s, but then over that we look waiting to see if we can hook off to stop. Yeah, I'm gonna risk it. See, just watching basically how we interact with the purple line. And again, for like just level wise, what I'd see. Russell failing to get over 12 is offer here, holding. Bad news. Giving up on the AMD. She is stressed. We want to see just basically this like 1-6. We need to see the secondary. If this fails here, then I agree. Stop loss. We start to make this resistant. I'm just gonna want to see this bid. Really important test to see. Any positions? Yeah, I'm long one contract left here from 9-7. Just to break even. I probably get stopped out. You don't see a push over 80s. A big test on the Russell. Get back over 11.5. This rejects, then it's just top of range for continuation down. stop down. I probably won't take anything again until we see a break. Coming back down into bottom of range here on NQ. Yes, as well. Russell testing lows. Russell back to our top of our oscillation. Yes, holding our 42. Waiting to see if Russell can get above or it's going to be a fake hook. So far, everything's holding. But we need to see Russell be able to actually get here. Russell bidding 5 so far. 14's next. We got to see how we react there. Same thing for 80s on NQ. Be able to get just gonna offer again here. 75.80. 14 test here on Russell. Why? Right back up to top of range here on NQ. Russell into VWAP. Expect this to be kind of just sell side till further notice. Got to be able to make this supportive here. Russell VWAP acts as resistance, or if we can push over our 18, supportive. Just top of range across the board. Another hold. Yes. So I think it's a really good first risk off if you are playing just bottom of range to top. Got to make that Russell. Don't see an active buying level to play off of for NQ, so I'm not. What's the yellow box? It's just a zone that I've found across. It's usually where, if it's yellow, it's where I'm looking for pullbacks. Blue is just like a general pivot. Yellow is pullback. Red is resistant. Usually my color code. They're just zones, man. Yellow is usually pullback stuff. Red is just resistant. It's where I expect offer to be. Blue is just generalized pivot where I'm playing off of either edge, either as a hold or as a look above and hold or look below. I wouldn't focus on that. It's just a zone. We watched how we interact around it, but usually like I try to color code it. Yeah, we are definitely at resistance. You see how on ES this is just our POC shift. So this is where POC was on ES, and we've now shifted down here. So this is always going to be my first target off of. You need to make this supportive on a look above to show that there's anything more. We're just rotating between our value shift level, our low, and this. I
On this little ES look, this was really, really, really thin. There was some liquidity taken through like 48 to 49, but do not be surprised if we get a quick retest here. Not very substantial.
He's got the perfect Karen haircut. Holy.
Maximum level.
If they pull this 510 liquid, watch this retest as we push it. expect selling into like 36.40 here on and we can push over. We can potentially see like a larger scale shift, but I expect there to be some massive sellers. Russell looking pretty good. Target for ES here, the hold 5, 61, VWAP, ADR. Watching our 40s now. Cute. Seeing some size, right? Selling. But just need to see how drastic of a pullback this is. Actually build.
Yes, push is so funny to actually look at this. Here, I will post this so people understand what I mean when I say this is thin. And some of those ticks had like 10 contracts traded.
$30 until new 15s. Into our 55 here. Secondary target for NQ. Same as before. To make this pivot supportive, it's going to stay resistant. This is our 3-bar breakdown high on NQ, right off the 15s. 555. Watching to see if we can build here or if it's just going to reject again.
You had like 900 contracts on ES, step on bid at 63 there and just get ran over.
Yeah, I feel like you need 59 for anything. $59 holds. I expect 70s. Why do the new 15s better? It's just a breakdown. It's just a candle level that I like. And it's like half of a 30-minute period on TPO, and price reacts really well onto the new 15s for some reason. Don't know why, just does. It breaks down a lot of the sorry, that's condenses a lot of like the 1 minute price action for me into two candles that I can then like 2 15-minute, 1 30-minute period, right? So I just like the breakdown of that. There's not really like a rhyme or reason for it. It just works for how I trade. We see some pretty serious reactions off of that previous 15-minute candle structure on TPO, or not on, sorry, on footprint, and that just works for me. Don't know why. I've just found, yeah.
Sorry, I thought you were done. No, finish.
No, it's good.
I was gonna say I can't believe NQ made this rotation.
Yeah.
Of value.
This is PT for NQ off that hold. Same thing for NQ here into 82s. If we can make 82 supportive, I look for 612. We're watching to see if we can hold here. Pullbacks, there's not a ton of structure until we get back down into 50s for me NQ. So pullback level is like literally full reach. Need to see if we can build. I don't know. Robert, I would go and look at 15-minute candles and see if you can find any structural levels to play off of. For me, I find them like really good for scalping, but like you just kind of have to backtest it. There isn't, I mean, any candle that you use, it's just it's noise, right? Like it's up to you to make some edge out of it. But for me, it breaks them down into some pretty manageable pieces. I feel like anything higher than that, then I don't have a lot of actionability on like a 1 minute or a 15-second chart. But on the 15-minute, just feels like the perfect like Goldilocks zone of like where I'm looking for pullbacks on smaller time frames. I wish I had a better reason, but it's just something that has happened over time where I've been like, oh yeah, this is working. Into our 50s here, see if a bid can hold. Any lower than this, I'm not very interested. Offer really trying to grind us down. Bid's still stepping in. Need to see a break of these lower highs though. Over what 62 is our first little test. If that holds, then I expect one break down on NQ.
Middle of this upper node RTY, LVN NQ, middle of an ODS.
The limit down.
It's
Yikes.
I mean, Varg is the best inverse signal I've ever seen. He's like our own personal Twitter grifter.
Mm, 50's failed, so this is our secondary leg down. I don't see anything here until like this 510, 516. Like either we bounce there or we're just gonna fully reverse. Just watch for an offer here into 50. It's 40 to 50 now is what I'm watching for like sell side to be sitting. It's failure. This. It's like, and I need to see this bid step in. And for those that are on TradingView and looking at footprint, these are our this stacked imbalance, right? This 73 to 85. That's how we developed that as our PT for the top of this range for NQ. It also happens to be where our 15-minute VWAP is on this, which I find really helpful for PTs. Like, let us know where like full mean reversion is. We just hit that, right? So selling delta is held, and we also went right in wicked into that 15 VWAP on flowbacks. We need to make that supportive for any sort of like shift. This is just a reversion, and now we've got to figure out which way we want to go. But sell side's still in control. You guys remember when Roaring Kitty was relevant for like a month, and he's gone again?
Yeah,
Oh,
sounds about right.
that was crazy.
No, that was crazy. I wish my last name was Bacon.
Do you?
I don't know. It sounds nice. I don't know if I really mean it or not, but I'm gonna stick with it.
I feel like you need a really good middle name, Bacon to
Yeah,
work. It's got a flow.
Mario Eaton Bacon,
There you go.
the third,
Works.
Junior.
Hmm. This Russell hold is interesting. See if we can punish sell side here on NQ with that. Russell can still just holding our 40-50 area pivot, but a lot of trading here. And if the Russell can make a new high, really interesting. I really wanted to tag a bit lower on NQ or anything. I don't like this range where we're holding. Like, is there even a, I won over 55, and I feel like we like easily going back to retest like 75 if we do that, but it's gonna be quick. But as long as that's holding, it's. And I just want us to push down into that like 5-10-8 area. Our ETH low retest basically. Don't like just rotating. Like either give me like the retest of previous candle POC here at this like 504 or 508 or this, or give me the look over 55 and like acceleration. This holding here just doesn't feel.
Oh, Bacon didn't make it.
Lucky. The double swim cap. Crazy.
You double capper surf? You probably need at least 7 caps to get that throw in there.
I will not be clicking on
You guys didn't wear double caps in the 40 surf? What?
that. Knee PTSD. All right, this is that look below that I was looking for. Let's see if we tag it and immediately find buyers, or if we see like some big acceleration down. We test into previous POC and our ETH low. Same thing for ES. This is our pivot. This 53.75 for me. Just POC before the shift. I think it's shifted back here actually. If buyers are gonna hold or if we're gonna rotate down. Really nice bid so far. Can we get back into this range or do we reject here? This is your first risk off if you are trading this into our like 525 bottom of our range. Need to see if the offer now holds here. So I'm just going to delete this pathing now that this is played long. Again, like how I came up with this level is pretty simple when you look bid or pull back to value from the previous candle where we got stuck here. Top of range, secondary risk off. Now we look to see if a bid can now maintain that range low, right? Now really important. Again, like if you look at the previous candle, we can see where that POC is. Right? It's 36. These levels have not changed. We're looking for passive sellers at 36.40. That level is now still existing, right? We want to see this go bid. We want to be able to make POC from the previous candle support it up and active buying. Got buyers attempting here. We can see that with our deltas. There's a bit of excitement. Do they get absorbed? That is the question. So far, holding. We want over this like 50-55. 55s if we can catch a bid. It'll look great for a move back up to again like 72, 75. But we got to get over, or these guys are just gonna sell here again. I'm out 2 here. Actually, out 4 here. I'm left. Just gonna leave a runner. Scared. the likelihood of me getting stopped out here is pretty high, but I gotta risk it because the one time I don't, I know it's gonna go.
Boys.
For those that aren't in Discord, this is again what I was looking for, that push back down into 510 to be active. This is what we already have on the chart. Same thing. Buying into this low, looking for that bid, and then risking off into our edge high. No, there's nothing different than what I've been saying. I just want to mention that. Just here to I was looking for this grab into again, this is the POC from this 15. As soon as we start to slow down, we see that I always look back into where buyers were previously. Just play it back up into resistance. So we see a shift. It allows me to have a really tight stop. Right? This 98 to 508, it's really 99 to 508, looking for us to hold stop below on that 98 candle. We either hold this LVN here or we don't. And we find buyers where buyers were last. Keeps my risk small, keeps me out of this garbage range, and I'm just looking for a grab below, and then we're looking for continuation. As soon as we pop up, I'm looking for that move for highs. This area sucks though. I just I don't know. Like I should probably risk off here, but
It's so hard to like get the feeling for like even NQ. Like you look at the 15-minute, and like most of the session day has been very balanced, but it's still like 150 points of value, and like there's so much that happens within like that range. Even though you can like look at the 15 and be like, "Oh, this is simple,"
yeah.
but it's not.
Oh, I have 6 minutes left on this candle. Yeah, it really depends on your time frame. Or if not, then it's lower highs, right? I need to see us like actually bid over 50, or this just looks bad. Get me out of here. I'm risking off there from that failure. We'll see if we can bid. I'll look again if we can start to build here, but I'm not going to let that rotate fully back on me. Thank God I risked off. Yep. This is so ugly. Does it matter to you that you were that you that down 2.6%? Buyers will step in due to such a large percentage. Um, kind of. I don't think there's going to be a lot of people putting risk on for that rotation on a Friday. That's kind of my concern about that, Robert. Like, I do care about our overall like percentage rotations, but it being the weekend, it's going to be it'd be really weird to see a lot of size coming back in with the potential news into the weekend. So I feel like balance makes the most sense, especially after like a large Globex move down. But we are starting to get into that territory where like we do expect um, some buying to step in. I don't know if that's playable with futures without a much larger risk. So like I would say buying like call options, right? Something like that, where if you think like we're kind of coming down into the end of our rotation for a relief bounce, you can still make money without having to be, having 100 points of risk. Um, I would agree with your logic. You're a lot more if it wasn't Friday. It's just like who the hell is putting billions back into this on to the end of the week? Not me. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. Maybe when Bitcoin goes to a quadrillion, like Michael Saylor just said this week. Quadrillion. That end times if Bitcoin goes to a quadrillion. It's over. My 2 BTC will be really happy, but the rest, the world will be burning. Dude, get me out of here. Holy. Full rotation again from our 98 to 508 holding bid, just pushing back into our 40 to 55. Full range retrace again, like there's not a ton. It's like that. See if the Russell can break these highs. That'd be our one sign that we want more. It's looking okay. I would like to see 120 now hold as supportive on RTY if we're going to continue. I think that's what we're watching.
Very important higher time frame level as well.
This is where that bid needs to whistle. Full yellow box. Get me out of here. Really paying attention to this 510 here on NQ. Offer hold, so I'm looking for a move down to 75s. If we can reclaim, then it's just another rotation. But if this if this is 510 hold, we're gonna make new lows, I think. With this range. Really keeping an eye on Russell, this weakness. God, this is so slow.
Something.
Watching our Russell halfway back here. Seeing if we continue our lower highs. Should act as kind of watching this. We need to see like Russell continuation. As soon as that gets momentum again, like a sell short side just fails across the board. Yes, still holding our four thing here. POC basically. Shift. Get me out of here. This is now Russell. We wanted to see fires before. That one. I won't be touching any of these rotations until I see us break and hold one of these pivots. Now that I've played it, I think okay, no, thank you. Thank you. Is the stream delayed a few seconds? It's as low latency as possible for YouTube. There might be a small delay. It depends on my connection as well, but I have the lowest latency possible. But that's why you listen on Discord, and then it's live. I grab some water.
Please, sauce.
I'll try to do multi-stream again on Twitch once I get that device Darian recommended. See if I can. I think the delay was a bit less on Twitch.
I agree with that, which is weird,
Yeah.
but I do agree with that statement. I don't think it's bad on YouTube, but it's definitely exists.
Yeah. I can get the multi-stream work. I wish I could just do it on Discord, but God, Discord videos so bad.
Yeah. For people who have been watching my stream, has it? You're the only one left, Sig.
Well,
Has it been okay?
yeah, I mean, it's fine. But I also have it like pretty small.
Yeah, well, I do as well. It's like a third of one of my side monitors.
Top of range here and then Q off of another hold of that lower pivot. Watching Russell into our offer here into 120. What really want to see us bid of. It's just kind of offer hold here. Then it's okay. There's no chance. It is really important if buyers are going to get us out of here for us to see like a pretty active bid. If not, like this is just gonna. This is really bad. Like I can't stress it enough. Like holding these previous sellers here is really important. This is just going to be another absorption area. I have enough people off sides where I actually start to look down. Really want to see like a bid be able to hold this. Another rotation is going to feel really heavy. Oh, on Russell. The US don't even come in the top 8. Where are they not placed? Are they not participating? I didn't see.
No idea. I think that was everyone who swam there. Surf would know. Eliminated. 11 and a half minutes here till final half hours. It is my duty to remind you guys that in this low liquidity environment, these last half hours have been very whippy. We usually get a strong trend candle. I don't know if today we're going to see a cover candle or what, but it's been getting retraced almost instantly. Like a 15-minute trend and then a 15-minute retrace. So just prepare for that, and if you had an okay day, or even if you didn't, be very particular with your trades in the last 30, because you do not want to ruin your day.
Yeah, he doesn't hold world records anymore, but I think he still holds the most gold medal. Like, not even close. But I think Dressel beat like half of Phelps' records. I think Phelps has more golds than like, and it's like, let me see who's next. Phelps has 23 gold medals. The next closest is 9. That's crazy. Badecki is in 7th place. She has 8. The next closest is 9. What's crazier with Phelps is that his ratio from gold, silver, and bronze, it's like he either gets gold or he had 23 gold, 3 silver, 2 bronze. No one even else. Like, it's not even close to ratio. Yeah. Everyone else is like half, you know? A couple people that only have 1, but the ratios. And it's just built different. Yes, yeah. He's a mutant. Doesn't he have like double the lung capacity as well? And his arms are like way longer than average. He's just like a genetic freak. So he's 6'4", and he has the torso of a man who's 6'8", and the legs of a man who's 8 inches shorter. So he's got smaller legs, but with gigantic arms. and with like, yeah, huge lungs. Like actually was just made to swim. His wingspan is longer than his height. That's crazy.
It's like Rory, right? He has like the 8-foot
Yeah.
wingspan and he's only like 3'5".
Yeah. I don't know if that helps him in the water, Robert. I don't know. That could be detrimental. Yeah, it's not great. I haven't tried since the I got stopped out here. Just hanging out now. There are so many people in the stadium. Is it even worth being that far away? Like those people on the top, they're just watching off a TV screen, right?
It seems like it.
That's no.
Well, I mean, like you've been to enough, like even like concerts and events. That's like,
Yeah, you just
you know, if you're watching the screen, you're not actually,
uh,
you know.
I hate large shows for that reason. Gotta be up front.
And it's like you're either like up front or you're like that's it.
Yeah.
You know, you know what I mean? It's almost even better to be in the nosebleed sometimes. You can actually like look down.
Mm-hmm. Did Gab's friend qualify? Did we ever hear back?
I don't remember who it was. I don't remember his name.
He was a hurt. Like his name was like Matt or something. Something like basic white man name, like Alex or Matt or a pretty big break on Sol. Coming up into our ES value high here. Oh, I was completely wrong. His name. Jay Allen. Oh, we found it at the same. Have Hurdle's gone yet? I don't think so. He's there. I mean, he's in Paris. Yeah, I think today was what, first day? Feels bad I'm not in this rotation, but I could not deal with that.
It's so like I said earlier, it's one of those when you look at it and you're like, duh. But like when it's happening today, it's very much like I feel uneasy. I really have not made many trades personally today just because of that. Where like yesterday, at least like midday, like the lunch rotations, I felt like very confident in. But today it's like, there's just something. I don't know. Maybe it's the thinness, but yeah, you're making some money, Prosper.
Crazy what can happen when you don't buy the top. True.
I do want to say um before like some of you guys leave, I know there's not a ton of people left here today, but some of your newer members like been around for a handful of months, 3 4 months. um I want to applaud you guys because you took like the correct approach to like learning and like spend time with material and like are really applying yourselves. It's nice to see. So you guys should be very proud of yourselves. Give yourself kudos. A lot of people don't have that mindset, so yeah, especially you, Adrian. Yeah, and I think that's like I think it's easy to like get yourself into the market and learn a bunch of bad things. And then once you have that baseline, if you step away from a little bit and come back and actually apply yourself and take it seriously, you can see like massive improvement quickly. I don't think you're incorrect on kind of that view.
It has to hold here. Gotta. Oh my god. Well, Hold is good. Slow down on these. I've this, yeah. I feel like over 70 through 74, like if we actually can catch a bid above, like we have room, but we got to get over this guy who's like pretty actively selling at 73. As long as we're maintaining this lower buy, like these buyers at 35 to, we'll see right now, 35 to 42 here. Really all I'm interested in, see if buyers can maintain or this like really rejects. Like we've got buyers now at a higher price, which is interesting. So 35. I feel like if we lose this and it offers like this bad, we've got to hold to. Seeing is there are I have two zones. And then like, I feel like if we can get over that seller at 73 ish, we can go up to that VWAP at 610. But we gotta see this bid maintain. Or like it's just a rotation down.
Yes, right now is like this value high, like 66 area is your RTH VWAP, and the ETH VWAP is like at 73, or just like in between them. So that kind of adds some confidence to that idea where could see this little value shift.
Yeah, I haven't been confident in anything since the first test of the zone, and then I just been like doing nothing since then. Screenshots you can like these have been my only trades to or not today. So zone got stopped out and then I did it again, even though it did the rotation over. Yeah. Enjoy your weekend.
By kills.
I have zero interest here with us failing to hold that pivot. We just offered it and then we rotated fully down. Nothing for me. I really like these small zones. Like it gives me like an immediate area. I don't see this bid here. You then can look at it at offer on the other side, and it's just these are really nice for scalps. This is just a delta based thing. Has there been no news or bot stuff?
I did not hear him for MOC. It might have stopped again.
I don't see an early MOC even on the site. They know. But I didn't hear anything for NYMEX. I think if there's any option in lotto of the weekend, like spread wise for this, where we are. So stuck. This hold though is really good. That 380 of like staying resistant. It's concerning. Because we're now holding that value gap as resistant. That 380.75 off your
On what name?
on ES.
Oh yeah.
So it's like, do we, and we like basically did the full rotation because it's 380 to 333. It's like that is that rotation.
Yeah. And well, we have a big tail to the downside as well on that. Like, because like if we lose 33, there's a VPOX at 14, and then not till like 52.80.
Yeah.
Here, this view is gonna be really smushed, but this is through May and June. I need to delete this value gap because now we're filled. But like you can see this auction previously from May and June is like good through 14. But then under that, like we have a lot of room. It's like another 100 points. Like 75 is like your real kind of like area of interest. But I mentioned this in the newsletter too, but now that we filled all the structure and came to target, I think it does start make a little bit more sense to look at some rotational studies. Because even the second leg, I mean, what is this pullback? This is another 5%. So we did a 5% with, what was this up? With a 2.7, almost 3%. So this is like pretty standard sell off, like 5.35. And like a retest, I don't know. At this point, I kind of want to see a retest of like the 54.20 to 40, and then another 5% off of that, which is actually crazy. That puts us into under 5,200. I don't know. That's a whole lot of numbers that didn't help anything, but I guess the more of the story is I'm a little cautious swinging puts because I think a little lift and retest here makes sense, but there's still just no bid today. Very similar to yesterday. And so no lift. I mean, no bid, no lift.
What's this thing called? Spin.
The tool, like Sam's tool.
Yeah.
I think the updated one is the percent pullback with zigzag, maybe. I know there's like 2 or 3 like zigzag and percent pullbacks.
Adhere.
One thing I will be watching into next week a lot here is the dollar. Like Dixie coming down this much, we're back in like March prices with the rest of equities is a little concerning to me because this is more like economic, like big picture positioning then as well. If that continues and we see that convergence, it's a little scary. I feel like kind of lost with this move.
Like we're getting to a point where hedges aren't going to be hedges. They're now like fear
Yeah.
positions.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. Well, even like today, I know these stats really don't matter, but like this is the worst down day in the Japanese market since like 1987 or something.
Yeah.
And like perspective on that, like there's no catalyst that's been actualized, you know? Like it's even like the COVID drops and stuff, like that is fear that has a purpose, like an event has occurred. This is just like speculative. And even with the dollar coming down, that concerns me as well with that kind of idea. Once again, I know that isn't really like tradable information, but I think that's just as important to talk about, where a little confusing.
To me, it looks like we either hold basically 5,300 on SPX, or we rotate down back to 2. We have another, either like this is the bottom here, or we have another 100 point.
Yeah, I agree with that on just from the ES view. 5 minutes on the day. Another day with the last half hour being directional and then retrace. I will continue to tell you guys, but should be prepared for that in these lower liquidity environments.
Range here, back into our 80. Again, this is like a major pivot. It's just top of range, like we have labeled. You need to see this become support. Back up, right? It's just nation down. I wouldn't be looking for until we see the ability to actually like build above 80. If we can go over 80, then I just feel like we rotate 16. All you got. I don't know. This low makes sense to me. Good. The thing is, like, again, like, if this doesn't hold, it's garbage. I don't get another. Then we just look straight 200. Area. I wish it wasn't Friday, where I would have actually tried some options. Have no interest trying to swing over the weekend.
I mean, if next week is very similar to this week, I think we'll have a lot of good opportunities for that kind of positioning in plays.
This shape is That's close. Sorry, I didn't really have anything to say there for the last bit. I'm starting to get curious for longs. Why it's like I don't want to give the opportunity too early, but I wish it was like Wednesday or something to talk. Yeah, there wasn't really much to do. I'm gonna be if we gap up on Monday, I'm gonna start to get interested. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, because like seriously like we have either like another 100 points down on SPX or we hold this low. So we're gonna get some nice move. I just don't want to position too early. Like even if we miss like the literal bottom here, we'll still be on the right side of the V. Right, we'll get another opportunity. I just don't want to over position before we actually see buyers stepping in. Because like today, Mario's been saying it over and over again, but like the bid is just so thin. We're not seeing what we want yet, and that's fine. Just have to continue to just play it day by day.
The bid that's there feels much more covered than
Yeah.
open position.
You have a good one, Royce. Thanks for joining us.
All right, guys. Well, I will see you next week then, and we'll continue the fun. That's about it. Goodbye, goodbye.
Do we have anything for Monday, Mario? Anything that we need these guys to work on?
I don't think so. Not off the top of my head, at least. I think doing some more like review of current market makes sense since we're in a very different regime and one that's not super common. You know what I mean? That's kind of like last week where I kind of pulled it out with like, okay, how can we identify volatility? Just like continue on that, maybe some trade reviews if people have questions. Because it's very different, you know, and we don't get a lot of opportunity throughout the year to kind of showcase it. So when it's fresh. Over the cover feeling and some extra macro, yeah, I mean, I can try. Obviously, me and Sig are not like
yeah.
we're not economists, and like my macro knowledge is very little. I can find good sources and regurgitate information, and I have somewhat of an idea, but I am not an expert, you know. Like I can give some insight on like why equities and the dollar is going down together, but I really don't know, kind of thing. So yeah, but that is for Monday. So goodbye.
Peace. Hopefully I don't regret not taking position today for the weekend. All right, you guys have a good night. I will see you all Monday. Have a great weekend.